Hi, I am Natalie Suepaul, former PhD student and present lecturer at the School of Education. There are many of you wishing to embark on your PhD journey. You might be trying to figure out what your research should focus on. I want to share with you a bit about my study. My study focused on infant teachers' perceptions and practices regarding the integration of information and communication technologies, known as ICTs, in the implementation of the curriculum. What made me choose that topic, you might wonder? I always had a passion for technology integration. As a former primary school educator, and more so an infant teacher, I always integrated technology using one form or another in my classroom. Back in 2011, I visited several early childhood institutions and primary schools in the United States as part of my professional development. I was intrigued with the numerous ways ICT was incorporated into teaching and learning activities. I saw how its use was helping children to develop 21st century skills. That very year, I began my Master's of Education in Curriculum Studies. At that time, I knew exactly where I wanted to focus my MA thesis. It centered around technology, specifically computers in the early childhood setting and teachers' concerns with its integration. Upon completion of my MEd, I immediately applied to do my PhD. I knew my area of focus. It is important to choose an area that resonates with you, one which is an issue or worthy of researching. Also important is to consider how you will gather your data. Who are the individuals with the knowledge you are seeking? Which approach would be best? A quantitative approach, a qualitative approach, or a mixed methods approach? What data collection instruments will you need? What are the gaps in the literature? Conceptualizing your study takes time. It requires a lot of reading, gathering, and searching the literature. In 2020, when we faced a global pandemic with the COVID-19 virus, my study was already completed and ready for submission. Some of the issues faced during COVID while educators tried to navigate online teaching were some of the issues that came up in my study. Teacher fears, challenges with technological tools and infrastructure, teachers feeling incompetent in using technology, to name a few. Some of the solutions to combat the effects of COVID-19 regarding delivering the curriculum to students can also be seen in my study as recommendations. The need for professional development, creating communities of practice, partnering with corporate sponsors, outfitting schools with a technological infrastructure. My study revealed many individual, institutional, and MOE level factors which impacted ICT integration in curriculum delivery in the infant classrooms. ICTs in education continues to evolve. It cannot and should not be ignored. There continues to be advances in ICTs that are worthy of further research in the field of education and which will impact our educational landscape here in the Trinidad and Tobago context. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is a very relevant and burning topic at this time. We saw the effects of COVID on our education system. The world experienced it. In addition, teachers' views will always be important. They are the implementers of the curriculum, and their voices are of great worth as we continue to strive to move education forward. I encourage you to take a moment to reflect deeply on the issues at hand as you begin to pave your pathway for the PhD experience.